Every great story starts with the rush of thrilling gaming action. Handcrafted flavors, eager to please. Getaways for some well-deserved me time. And rewards worth bragging about. If it's a story worth telling, it starts at La Berge Baton Rouge. What's your story?
The biggest sale of the year is happening right now during Happy Honda Days at Team Honda. For a limited time, make no payments for 90 days on every new Honda. That's right, you choose and make no payments for 90 days at Louisiana's #1 Honda dealer, Team Honda on Segan Lane.
Visit Treads & Care Tire Company's new location on Hooper Road in Central. Locally owned for over 50 years, Treads & Care is known for quality automotive repair and top-notch customer service.
I'd like to invite you to come out and see us at our new location in Central.
No one can stop me when I taste the feeling. Nothing could ever bring me down. Nothing could ever bring me down. Taste the feeling.
Hello and welcome as we start the final 2022 week's edition of the Clarence Bug Show. Here's hoping that your Christmas was an absolutely fabulous one. If not, good Lord willing, you will still be here when the next one rolls our way, and you'll have the opportunity to try yet again. You know, I guess you can't blame a guy for wishful thinking. I was hoping desperately that we would make it through this holiday season here in the great state of Louisiana without any needless loss of life. As long as I've been doing this, you would think that I'd know better. But again, you can't blame a guy for wishful thinking. At least 2 that we know of definitely, lives lost because individuals chose to get behind the wheel of an automobile and drive while impaired. One resulting in the death of an innocent 19-year-old passenger. The other victim has yet to be identified by police. In both instances, the drivers accused of knowingly getting behind the wheel and driving impaired. In reading these 2 stories, there was something that literally jumped off the page at me. And pardon the pun, it is as sobering a statistic as you will ever encounter. According to the article, and I have no reason to doubt the authenticity of it, Louisiana State Police estimate that nearly half of all fatal accidents in the state of Louisiana are caused by someone driving under the influence. You realize what that says about us, and the fact that half of our fellow Louisianians that have died in the last year on our roadways did so because someone was so selfish as to get behind the wheel of a car and drive after having too much to drink. That is very telling about us. The mere fact that you reach for your keys to go and pick up your child from, I don't know, piano lessons, soccer practice, run to the store to grab a loaf of bread, and it's a roll of the dice as to whether or not you're coming home alive. Now, understanding that things happen, there are accidents all the time, but this is something that is completely within our control. One of the fatal accidents occurred on Christmas Day. I can't imagine having to shoulder the burden for the rest of your life that on the holiest day of the year, you take somebody's life for something that was completely avoidable. After all this time, y'all, we should be better than this. We truly should. Meanwhile, we narrowly averted what could have been yet another tragedy after a 19-year-old allegedly borrows a car from his godfather to take a drive into Baton Rouge. Police clock 19-year-old Braylon George driving 90 miles an hour on the interstate. A trooper attempts to pull him over. He then, you know where this is going, runs from the police attempting to escape, reaching speeds of 120 miles an hour, running vehicles off the road, crashing into another vehicle before eventually making it home. There but by the grace of God go any one of us driving down the road, minding our business, obeying the rules of the road, and a 19-year-old driving 120 miles an hour. Hopefully, the book and the bookcase will be thrown at this 19-year-old so that he can learn a lesson before it's too late. At 19, when you are driving 120 miles an hour trying to evade police without some very serious intervention, I think we all know what the future has in store for this individual. And typically, sadly, it's not that individual that will end up suffering the most. Again, the simple act of reaching for your car keys shouldn't be a crapshoot. We should all do whatever we can within our power to make sure that things like this don't happen again. Meanwhile, I guess there's something to be said about when you talk to God, being specific about what you ask for. I distinctly remember right before Christmas asking the God that I love and the God that I serve, Lord, please don't let there be any murders on Christmas. It's a day that we would like to think many of us are, or all of us, are centered on family, friends, being thankful, rejoicing, loving our fellow man. Unfortunately, I didn't ask God if we could get all the way through the holiday season without there being another murder. In New Orleans, didn't take long. The day after Christmas, 4 people wounded, 2 dead in one shooting, 2 teenagers, the victims, and 3 other teenagers, 2 18-year-olds and a 17-year-old involved in the shooting. You know, it's a sad commentary that things of this nature don't shock us anymore. I don't have any statistical information in front of me to say otherwise, but I've got to imagine the vast majority of people that hear a story like this, it doesn't affect us anymore. We see it so often with such a degree of regularity that we've become numb to it. 17, 18, 19, for that matter, 16, 15, 14-year-olds engaging in homicide, engaging in shootings. It's become commonplace. And the natural inclination for many of us is to say, well, you know, them young people, I don't know what they're doing these days, blah, 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 blah. But the fact of the matter is, this is a learned behavior, y'all. Additionally, speaking of the fact of the matter, these are our children. And if nothing else, yes, it says something about what young people have become, but it also says just as much about we adults and the children that we're raising. The day after Christmas, 4 teenagers shot, in addition to 2 shot dead, and of course the alleged perpetrators, all teenagers. I'm tempted to say this is a wake-up call, but we're long past that, y'all. We are long past the wake-up portion. Sadly, I don't think we even engage in hitting the snooze bar anymore. It's just become a part of everyday life. I don't know about you, but that's not acceptable, y'all. And the fact of the matter is, the police can't solve this. The politicians, it should be painfully obvious by now, can't solve this. This is something that stems from and can only be dealt with at home. Sadly, we've got a whole lot of heads of households that either don't care or do not possess the ability to stop it. Just remember, as I've said God knows how many times before, when you fail to govern yourself, you have in essence consented to be governed. First break of today's show. It is Tuesday, and of course the second segment, we got a whopper for you today. When we come back, it's time for another illustrious edition of Now That's Just Stupid. That's next when we continue today's edition of the Clarence Bugg Show, only on the Pelican. Stay close.
Hi, I'm Bobby Yarborough with Manda Fine Meats. Here at Manda, we know what the folks of South Louisiana love. They love great flavored smoked sausage, delicious deli meats, and specialty items like boudin and andouille sausage. Manda Fine Meats has been providing these products since 1947. We produce them right here in Baton Rouge, so you know you're always getting the freshest product at your local grocery store. Manda Fine Meats. Taste the fresh local flavor in everything we make. Make it Manda every time.
Hey everybody, I'm Kevin Gallagher. This is Roy Fletcher. We hope you'll join us for Fletch Nation, especially if you like talking politics.
Hey, come and join us. We'll give you the information and then we'll give you the context. And by the way,
We'll give you fun, too. Lots of fun. We hit the local races, the state. We even look at what's going on all across America. And by the way, this space is available. If you'd like to talk about advertising, send your emails to Roy Fletcher at royfletcher.com and join us every week here on the Pelican for Fletch Nation.
I owed the IRS $10,000.
The IRS garnished my wages.
They put a lien on my house.
I'm self-employed and didn't report all my income. They claim I owe a lot more than I do.
The IRS is the most powerful collection agency in the world. They do not give up until you pay.
I couldn't sleep. We were being audited. I called Tax Solutions Now, and a great big weight was lifted off my shoulders.
I called Tax Solutions Now, and they got the IRS off my back.
Tax Solutions Now had my wage garnishment lifted in 48 hours.
Tax Solutions Now can get you help. Our agents know the rules, can stop the pain, and get you the best deal.
Tax Solutions Now saved my business.
I qualified for the Fresh Start program. I paid less than I owed.
We connect you with a team of former IRS agents and tax professionals who get the IRS off your back. Time is running out. Call Tax Solutions now.
Call 800-778-4345.
The season of inspiration is the perfect time to discover the enhanced Mazda CX-5, named a 2022 IIHS Safety Pick Plus Award winner, its highest safety award honor. Choose from over 45 CX-5s available at Baton Rouge's Mazda dealer, Team Mazda on Airline.
Hi, gang. Clarence Bugs here, inviting you to come by Old School Barbecue, 10655 Coursey Boulevard, where we tape the show live every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday at 11 o'clock. Come by and feast on news, sports, current events, love of God and country, and lots of common sense, along with some of the best barbecue anywhere on the planet. 10655 Coursey Boulevard, Old School Barbecue, home of the Clarence Bugs Show.
Live and play on the fairway at Greystone Golf and Country Club, a serene, challenging golf destination located in Denham Springs. For tee times and membership opportunities, go to GreystoneCountryClub.com.
Welcome back to the Tuesday edition of the Clarence Bugs Show. In response to the ever-growing level of stupidity in this country and, for that matter, around the world, but primarily here, we've instituted a segment entitled, "Now That's Just Stupid." You'll notice, however, that the graphic on screen shows you we're not talking regular STUPID. The level of stupid we're talking about here requires its own unique spelling. STOOPID, as in, now that's just stupid. I don't know what it is going to take for my fellow Americans to become sick and tired of being sick and tired when it comes to Congress and the federal government spending our money. I would like to think, after this latest exercise in stupid, that we're closer now than ever to demanding that Congress stop this insanity. At the end of last week, just in time for Christmas, Congress passed the $1.7 trillion omnibus bill. They snuck it in just underneath the deadline, and after passing it, they all ran away from Washington, D.C. under the cover of darkness. There is so much wrong with this picture that it defies belief. We have yet to find out everything that Congress wasted your money on, because we haven't had the time to go through the 4,155 pages of wasting your money. Some of the things, however, that we have found out about Congress and their last-minute rush to pass something that nobody read include the following. The Department of Defense spent $28 million of your dollars on forestry camouflage outfits for, wait for it, Afghanistan. Correct me if I'm wrong. There's a preponderance of mountains and deserts in Afghanistan. Why are we spending $28 million on camouflage uniforms for forests in Afghanistan? Oh, and did I mention, after spending the $28 million, they figured out the camouflage doesn't work. Just an example. They also, Department of Defense, in this bill, spent $192,952 on state-of-the-art Starbucks espresso machines. Your tax dollars hard at work. Those are real nice, Marty. The National Institute of Health spent, in this bill, $2.1 million of your money encouraging the people of Ethiopia, wait for it, to wear shoes. They also, the National Institutes of Health, spent $2.3 million of your dollars injecting puppies, beagle puppies, with cocaine. Go figure. They also, the National Institutes of Health, spent $1.1 million of your dollars training mice to binge drink alcohol. And not to stop there, while we're spending money experimenting on mice, they also, National Institutes of Health, spent $519,000 studying mice for, wait for it, racial aggression. Marty figured out they took a black mouse and a white mouse. A whole bunch of white ones and a couple of black ones to see how they got along. $519,000. They also spent $1.7 billion to maintain 77,000 empty federal buildings. Your money. Department of Human Services, $168 million helping illegal immigrants avoid being deported. You'll love this one. $3 million spent to watch hamsters on steroids fight each other. Well, I guess we got to figure out why steroids cause aggression. So we're going to take $3 million of your dollars, jack up hamsters on steroids, and sit back and watch them fight. Your money. The Department of Transportation, $200,000, and this is probably for a lot of y'all here in Louisiana, $200,000 on radio advertising telling drivers that you should stop at a railroad crossing. Oh, here's another one. Here's a good one. $689,222 studying romance between parrots, birds. Yeah, you heard me right. Not just $689,000, $689,222 of your money. Now, we haven't had time yet to go through everything and figure all of this out. But something that really struck me, a Democrat congressman from, guess, Delaware, when asked about this 4,155 page, $1.7 trillion monstrosity, told reporters, I don't know what's in it, but I'm glad I voted for it. That clown is the problem. Making a statement like that should automatically disqualify him from ever holding any public office again. I don't know what's in it, but I'm glad I voted for it. Never mind the fact that we're already $31 trillion in debt. Never mind the fact that because we've spent so much, inflation is now ravaging Americans' wallets. But this clown is proud and glad that he voted for the bill that includes studying romance between parrots, injecting beagle puppies with cocaine, teaching mice to binge drink alcohol, and $410 million of your dollars spent on border security. Oh, wait, that $410 million for border security is to shore up the border in Jordan, Egypt, Oman, and Lebanon. And he's proud he voted for the bill. Now we know where the real problem lies. And this same congressman from Delaware said, well, you know, this just goes to show, and he let it slip, This goes to show that we need to follow what the law says and start voting on this stuff early in the year and not right before the deadline. He let it slip. We know what we're doing. We purposely wait until the last minute with the threat that, if we don't pass this, the government going to shut down. And nobody wants the government shut down. Wink, wink. So, 4,155 pages, $1.7 trillion, and nobody voting on it read any of it. And you wonder why we're $31+ trillion in debt? I wanted to throw up this weekend. I'm sitting there reading this crap. We've already sent $66 billion to Ukraine. Did I mention in this 1.7 trillion, they're sending another 45 billion to Ukraine. And yet, I'm watching television this weekend, and there's commercial after commercial after commercial for disabled veterans and the Wounded Warriors Project begging Americans for money to take care of our wounded servicemen and women. And we're sending another $45 billion on top of the $66 billion we've already sent to freaking Ukraine. It might be funny if it weren't so freaking insulting. But that's what happens when you vote for people based solely on the letter behind their name. Of course, now, in this case, Republicans, you share some blame too. Because some of y'all voted for it just like these idiot Democrats did. Bottom of the hour break. We'll get it done. Come back and talk more with you right where you've got it on the Tuesday edition of the Clarence Bug Show, only on the Pelican. Stay close.
Got termites? Get Premier Pest. Premier Pest.
You could be driving. Now's the time to save on new Accords during Happy Honda Days at Team Honda of Acadiana. Get our lowest prices and biggest savings on our largest selection of Accords this year. Hurry in and save during Happy Honda Days at Team Honda of Acadiana, I-49 just south of Opelousas.
Hi, I'm Katie, Operation Manager here at Old School Barbecue. We're excited about all of the changes here at Old School, and we'd like to invite everyone to come out and enjoy some delicious barbecue at Old School prices. We feature brisket, chicken, ribs, sausage, and the Boss Hog pulled pork sandwich voted best deal in town. We also have live music Friday and Saturday from 7 to 10 p.m. 10655 Coursey Boulevard. We can't wait to see you.
Hello guys, it's Debbie. It's time. I've got a brand new location. 10510 Airline Highway, Baton Rouge, next to After 5 Tuxedos. We have the perfect spot to get all your wedding and formal wear needs. Come see our one-of-a-kind name brand and get great prices. With 30 years experience, the best customer service anywhere. It's Debbie's Bridal, Airline Highway, Baton Rouge. See you soon.
Hi, I am Dr. Farrell Frugier Jr., and I am a general dentist at Frugier Family Dentistry. I was born and raised in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. I went to Catholic High School, LSU, and LSU School of Dentistry in New Orleans, where I received my DDS degree in 1986. I always have and will continue to be committed to continuing my education, to invest in technology which makes the diagnosis and delivery of dentistry more thorough, more comfortable, and more aesthetically pleasing. In our practice, we are here to serve the patients. We want to improve their quality of life and to develop relationships with our patients. In dentistry, we have a chance to impact lives on a daily basis, not just by doing dentistry, but by getting to know them and being a part of their life. We also believe in giving back to our community. So every year, we give back to the Greater Baton Rouge Food Bank, Toys for Tots, and Mary Bird Perkins Cancer Center. Please stop by and visit our office. We would love to take care of you and your family.
Caught spiders?
Premier Pest Services.
Welcome back to the Tuesday edition of the Clarence Bug Show. By the way, our final show for 2022 is today. So don't come out to Old School Barbecue. Well, I mean, come out Thursday, but don't come looking for me because I'm not going to be here. All right? Final show of the year. You know, every now and then, despite all the stupidity, all the backwards thinking, all the insults that media and others throw our way, every now and then I see a glimmer of hope for my country. Americans are a peculiar breed. I liken to those of us that were born under the astrological sign of Scorpio. We tend to go along until we reach a certain point. And if you've ever been involved with the Scorpio, you know that we'll go along, we smell something a little funny, this looks a little funny, I'm going to go along to get along. But when I reach a certain point, that's it. And there's no coming back to me. When you burn that bridge, it's over. It's done. Don't try to talk me out of it. Don't try to apologize. Don't try to come back. I'm done with you. Americans are like that to a large degree. Yeah, you see that hump come in the back and the hair come up? Better leave us alone. We're done with it. Americans are like that to a large degree. In recent memory, one of the silver linings about the whole woke mentality, the whole social justice, the whole systemic racism, all of this crap. There's one silver lining about all of this. We as Americans have now seen the mainstream media, and particularly Hollywood, for what they truly are. Disney, cable companies, Netflix, streaming services. We now see you for what you truly are. When the Trump haters were at their apex, many of them let it slip. Others gladly proclaimed it for the whole world to see how they truly feel about half of their fellow Americans. Well, there's a new survey out that shows how this half of demonized Americans are responding to big media, the mainstream media, and the big tech companies. It is a survey that's done annually by the Dow Jones Media Titan Index. What they do is track the performance of 30 of the world's biggest media conglomerates. Their report for this year shows Hollywood and the mainstream media complex lost $500 billion with a B, as in bugs, dollars in worth. Disney led the pack. People are sick and tired of this crap that Disney is trying to feed our children. Comcast, mega cable company, right behind Disney, being punished. People are sick and tired of the crap that they're putting on TV. Netflix, number 3. People are sick and tired of the smut and the crap that they're peddling. You know, many of you have been feeling this way for a while. But the media would have you believe that, number one, well, what we're producing and what we're showing, it's what America wants. Nothing could be further from the truth. They will also try to convince you that we're so big, there's really nothing one person can do. I beg to differ, and this shows it. They lost this year 40% of their stock worth. Over $500 billion snatched from them by American consumers who are sick and tired of this crap that they're shoveling. You know, if you pay attention to people, you find out what they're really about. And perfect example, if you know anything about me at all, you know at one time for over 20 years, I was the biggest NASCAR fan on planet Earth. I know y'all never heard of a black NASCAR fan, but that's okay. I was the biggest NASCAR fan on the planet till they went woke. I snatched the rug from under them so quick, they still looking. He ain't supposed to be that hard to find. He's black and he's a NASCAR fan. He ought to stick out. He's the gnat in the glass of milk. Not anymore, hoss. Not anymore. NFL, see ya. You're going to disrespect my country and my flag taking a knee? You and the horse you rode in here on, Captain, all y'all can go you know where. Now listen, I get it. I understand full well. As an American, NASCAR, Disney, NFL, NBA, you have the right to your opinion. You have the right to kneel when you want to kneel. You have the right to put whatever garbage out there in front of our children you want to. But I'm an American as well. And I have the right to grab my remote and get your sorry behind off my television. Not only that, but any company that advertises on your program, I'm bidding adieu to them as well. And I'm going to let them know. See, it's one thing for you to stop watching. It's one thing for you to stop buying the products from the companies that support them. But it's something else to let them know when you stop doing it. See, they won't respect you otherwise. They will come up with all sorts of excuses as to why, when they're talking to the stockholders, we didn't make anywhere near as much money this year. Well, you see, it was COVID. Well, you know, it was this, that, or the other. But when you take the time to send them a real nasty email, well, let me rephrase that, because you don't have to be nasty about it. Just tell them flat out, I don't support this kind of filth. And if you, as an advertiser, don't respect me, I don't respect you. I will never ever again buy anything that you make. Not only will I not buy your product, I'm going to tell everybody I know why they shouldn't buy your product either. See, this is the only thing these kind of people respect. You got to hit them in the wallet. You got to hit them in the pocket. Arnold Schwarzenegger, in the height of COVID, wanted everybody to take the jab, take this experimental crap that nobody knows what's in it, that they have been given immunity from prosecution for the next 70 years, and they don't have to tell you what's in the shot for the next 70 years. Arnold Schwarzenegger had the nerve to tell reporters, screw them people's freedom. Excuse me? Screw my freedom? Arnold, bruh, people that look like me, relatively speaking, we just got our freedom not that long ago. And we'll be damned if we're going to let you or anybody else take it from us. Not screw my freedom, screw you. So the day he said that, I went home. I was the biggest Terminator fan on the planet. I'll be back. No, you won't. Went through my DVD collection, took any and everything that had Schwarzenegger's name on it and threw it in the trash. Not only that, any movie that I'm watching now, if Arnold Schwarzenegger is in it, click up, I'm watching something else. No, sir, not in my house. You have the right to insult me. Screw my freedom. I have the right and the recourse to balance the equation. It's a whole lot of things that you will find out if you got heart. It's a lot of stuff you can find out real quick that you can do without. I never thought I could do without NASCAR. Man, I lived for Sunday. Boogity, boogity, boogity. Let's go racing, boys. Oh, Lord. When it came time to crank it up on the surround sound, you could hear my surround sound halfway down the block. Not anymore. NFL, I never thought that there would be a day I could care less about the NFL. But you're going to disrespect my country? And now you got the nerve to put in big bold letters in the end zone, erase racism. I wouldn't have a problem with that if you had in the other end zone, in big bold letters, something encouraging young black men to stop killing other young black men. But that's not how you roll. You so busy being a social justice warrior. You so busy being woke that all you can do is play the race card. I got a card I can play too. It starts and ends with the remote on my TV. I got a whole list of folks now. Like I said, the good thing about it, I know now exactly who you are and where you stand. And you are not deserving of 30 seconds of my time or a nickel of my money. I got other places that I can spend it and other pursuits that I can enjoy. And you are not one of them. Final break of today's show. We'll get her done, come back, put that big old pretty bow on this puppy, and we wrap up today's edition of the Clarence Bug Show, only on the Pelican. Stay close.
You can't smell it, but you can almost taste it. And whether it's for a family get-together or a game day feast, having Manda in the mix always sounds good. For 3 generations, their quality meats and original seasonings have made Manda a Louisiana legend and made their family sausage Louisiana's family sausage. Manda Fine Meats. The flavor says it all.
Every great story starts with the rush of thrilling gaming action. Handcrafted flavors, eager to please. Getaways for some well-deserved me time. And rewards worth bragging about. If it's a story worth telling, it starts at La Berge Baton Rouge. What's your story?
Treads & Care Tire Company announces its new location on Hooper Road in Central. Locally owned for 50 years, Treads & Care is known for quality automotive repair with top-notch customer service. Treads & Care offers the convenience of shuttle service and pickup and delivery of your vehicle. You can also enjoy the comfortable customer area, complete with workstations, high-speed internet, and a complimentary coffee bar.
I'd like to invite you to come out and see us at our new location in Central.
Treads & Care, the tires you need and the service you want.
Live and play on the fairway at Greystone Golf and Country Club, a serene, challenging golf destination located in Denham Springs. For tee times and membership opportunities, go to GreystonecountryClub.com.
Tremonti's has meat. Tremonti's has seafood. Tremonti's has much more. Tailgating and home gating platters. Huge wine and liquor selection. Beer and all the spices you need. Chairman Reserve and Wagyu meats. Ribeye rolls, shrimp rolls, kebabs. 20 flavors of sausage for the grill. Daily lunch specials and game processing. On-site catering also available. Good meat ain't cheap and cheap meat ain't good. Visit Tremonti's.com.
Sometimes life is wonderful, and sometimes it's not. Cherish the good, but always be prepared for life's challenges. At Private Healthcare, we provide the peace of mind you deserve. With Private Healthcare, you'll get the coverage you want and healthcare you need. If your employer doesn't supply healthcare coverage and you don't qualify for Medicare or Medicaid, you need to give us a call right now. Private Healthcare is private health insurance for ages 65 and under with medical, dental, vision, and even prescription coverage. When life comes at you unexpectedly, you need to be ready. And health insurance is your financial safety net. Health insurance has never been so easy and affordable. If you're looking for health coverage at the best price and your annual household income is $35,000 or more, call the number on the screen now and speak with a live healthcare consultant. Don't wait. Get the coverage you need now.
Welcome back to the final segment of the final show of 2022 of the Clarence Bug Show. If you are planning to come by Thursday, well, you win some, you lose some. You'll get some great barbecue if you come. You ain't gonna get no Clarence though, because I'm out. just so you know ahead of time. But, well, yeah, we'll put a rerun on here and it'll be just like you hear, right? There you go. There you go. You gonna be here, Marty? Yeah. Yeah. Wink, wink. Marty will be here waiting on you. Yeah. There you go. But on a serious note, guys and girls, thank you all so very much. We've developed a regular crew of folks that come by to watch the live taping of the show, and we are eternally grateful for the support. It's a good group. If you would like to fellowship with some like-minded individuals, you need to come on by 10655 Coursey Boulevard. We've got a core group, and it's growing week by week. We would love to add you to that group. You know, with New Year's just around the corner, it's that time of year where we make resolutions. And, you know, they're typically ones that we kind of gravitate toward. If I may be so bold as to suggest for the upcoming year, with all that's at stake in our country that we love so dearly, we can no longer afford, guys, girls, my fellow Americans, to remain silent about what is taking place in our country. There is something called tacit agreement. When you see certain things happening, and for whatever reason, I don't want to ruffle feathers, I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings, we don't say anything. And when that happens, we find ourselves where we now find ourselves. I saw something casually in channel surfing this weekend, and I forget who to attribute it to, but the saying says, if you are afraid to offend, you cannot be totally honest. Think about it. If you're afraid that you're going to hurt somebody's feelings, that will hinder you from telling the God-honest truth. And it should be painfully obvious by now that we have a whole lot of folk in this country that are completely oblivious to the truth. It is not for you to nurture their feelings, because inevitably what happens is it will come back and bite you squarely in the buttocks, because they'll tell you, well, had you told me, I would have done different. That's on you, my friends. That's on you. So if I may be so bold as to suggest a New Year's resolution, it's have the backbone to tell the truth. Let the chips fall where they may. We will benefit as a country in the long run. My time's up, y'all, and I gotta go. But you already know the drill. This day, maybe more so than any other in history, I give it to you. You know what? You are right. America, we're not perfect. But for this old boy's money, it's the best there is. And God knows there's no place else on his green earth that I'd rather be. Speaking of the good Lord, you know he loves you, and you know I do too. Best news is, ain't a doggone thing you can do about either one. See you soon. God bless.